On Suzuki Sports Zone, we're counting down to kick off in the Chatham Cup final at North Harbour Stadium, and some hardy fans in ready to cheer on Central and University Mount Wellington.
Sets up Aliaga on the left foot. Aliaga, great save by Eaddy. It's in the back of the net. No, great save again. Oh, Simon Eaddy. Superb stuff by the big fella in goal.
Vlahos, short step. The leap was brilliant. The save was breathtaking, man, from Eaddy. That was all instinct.
The coaching experiences I've had have definitely been more meaningful than the playing experiences. There was one team I played for that was very, very tight, like super connected, and we still catch up 20 plus years later. If I go back to New Zealand, there's 10 to 12 of us, so we'll catch up every time. So that was probably the best human experience from a playing perspective. From a coaching experience, there's been so many more. So that's probably the best way to describe two quite different things. I think probably the best moment of 2023 in terms of this team was coming in on that first day, meeting a group of guys who you instantly knew were, for a start, great humans, incredibly hard workers, super diligent, and prepared to really help each other. So it sort of made day one feel like it was the right decision. I don't know if I could go somewhere else and find an environment that's as enriching and as stimulating, and on a personal level, I don't think I could ever find a leader or a friend who's been as prepared to help me grow, support me, involve me, or just get the best out of me either. There's no question with that. Growing up was actually pretty straightforward. Fairly small town New Zealand, but large enough to have, interesting things, good quality experiences. But reality was there was plenty of free time to play sport. Alistair came into this world on my 5th birthday exactly, so we share the same birthday. As most children with autism experience, it took some time for him to get out of his shell, his comfort zone. It took a lot of support, a lot of care, a lot of trust. But certainly by the time I'd left home, he'd become a version of who he is now. Probably not quite as confident as he is now, but certainly having more moments of joy. I can remember a lot of frustration and angst and stuff early on, but certainly he's become a much happier, confident person socially, probably from teenage years through adulthood. He works in a supermarket in New Zealand, and he's actually really proud of getting trolleys for people, stacking shelves, stuff like that, because it's his opportunity to feel like he's contributing to somebody else's daily life in a way that's helpful to them. So I think that's probably a good example of a social environment that he thrives in because he feels like he's contributing. Probably the key is be open enough to sort of understand, okay, this person's experiencing the world in a very different way than I do. So if I want to remain in this engagement, I need to be patient for a start. I need to listen. And then I think probably the big thing is figure out as quickly as possible how you can create a comfortable environment where that person will be able to be themselves, thrive, experience, and take something out of it.
Hello everybody from Perth.
Holy f***. What?
Set up the internet.
Yeah.
By plane.
Man.
Long time no see, right?
How you doing? Well, apart from last week when we FaceTimed.
Well, I was kind of surprised here from sitting on this chair, and I thought to see what you look like.
It's actually really interesting because I've seen a little bit of the footage. So Jason was unbelievable, full acting chops, completely convinced me that I was going into this meeting room to catch up with the other tech staff. So I walked into the room, and it's really weird because if anybody sees the clip, I think there's about a 2-second pause. In my brain, that could have been anywhere between 10 seconds and 10 minutes because I don't even know how to explain it. Like, it was cognitive overload in the extreme where I just couldn't join any dots as to what was happening, why Alistair was sitting in this room, how he got there, who brought him. Like, none of the dots were being connected in any sense at all, which is probably why there's just a whole lot of F-bombs dropped in the first 5 minutes or so. Someone fill me in, like, what's the details here? I thought we were packing up the apartment on Sunday for her moving out, but I guess not. Unless do you want to do 12 hours of packing? Nope. No? Okay.
Hey, Bill!
It's crazy.
Are you surprised?
Oh, like blown. Like, I walked in the door, it's like nothing really like added up. Jason had this incredible ruse about why we were catching up in the meeting room. I saw Robin, and now I realise Robin was behaving slightly unusually. Okay, this is my brother Alistair.
Nice to meet you.
Absolutely the greatest surprise I've ever had in my life. I can't even remember a time where I've ever had that sort of cognitive shutdown. So it was pretty spectacular. I think probably it was just the fact that he embraced everything, because everything was new. I think on the Thursday we were talking about what we'd do, and he'd ruled out gondolas completely, like not going on a gondola. And then within about 30 minutes he was like, I'll give it a crack. And then like on Sunday he was like, I've been in 3 gondolas, you know. I thought what might freak him out is the peak to peak, because it's such a long span of unsupported gondola line. But he was right into that, looking out the window, pointing out the view. Yeah, he might have hit me in the back of the head with a couple of snowballs, I think, which he was loving but also apologetic about all at the same time. It was pretty magical, like getting him in the snow and just having a lot of fun with it. His optimism shone through just in the fact that he just gave everything a go, everything, and then loved it and lapped it up. Follow me, guys, we'll head upstairs.
This is Alistair Eaddy speaking from Simon's place, looking at the view of Vancouver and Canada.
It was nice to be able to, instead of going into a restaurant, just go out and actually enjoy parts of Vancouver that Val and myself enjoy for a start, considering it's where home has been for the last 12 years. But sort of share that with Ed and Alistair as well, just a really, really beautiful spot that's by the water and shares some similarities with New Zealand for him, but at the same time, completely different.
That way. Off at Vancouver. Number 9. Cool. Simon! Hey! Simon!
The coolest thing about Alistair is he typically does find joy in most of the things he's doing.
That's quite cool.
So you don't really have crappy times with Alistair. He'll speak to anyone who wants to speak or listen. And to be fair, like, I mean, Canada's a good example, but most people usually do, which reinforces his trust, I think, so.
Hey, Simon! Yeah, brother! Woo! Woo! Hey! Hey!
He's in those social settings where he feels like he's engaging with people and everybody's enjoying that or getting something out of it, then he's pretty comfortable, and that was definitely not always the case. So it's testament to fostering a relationship that allows somebody to be, you know, the fullest version of who they are, regardless of what their capabilities are.
Come on, come on, come on! Oh, no. TFC! Hit it.
Yeah, that's it. All done. It's okay. I'll get him next time.
Thanks, bye.
After a tough result on Saturday, you mentioned that you were still glad to see him at the end and your family and friends. Why did it help?
I think because it wasn't about me, it was, well, you got your wobbly lip. Yeah, it was, by that stage it was all about him and what he could experience that he's never experienced before. So feeling like and being disappointed and pissed off and gutted and all the range of emotions that you feel after a tough result. Yeah, you just sort of realise, okay, there's somebody else in the moment who's experiencing a little bit of that vicariously, but really the flip side is he's doing something he's never done before. He's in a place he's never been before. He's excited about, you know, walking out on the pitch or something like that, and it's like I can go back to the hotel room and close the door and be by myself for a bit, but he doesn't have to do that. So let's experience this moment.
Oh, mate.
Yeah, that was not the best night at the office.
Man, this is cool in this field.
Yeah, you like it, eh? We can go for a stroll. Do you want to go out to the centre circle? Come on then, let's go. Look, do you feel like a movie star?
Well, yes and yes. This is...
Good evening, this is your brother. See you in Vancouver, my brother. See you soon, and we're out.